Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here on this Wednesday morning. And our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center. And listen, if you have an upcoming senior for next school year, start talking to them about maybe coming in and signing up and taking a half a day at Haney. And when they graduate at the end of next year, they'll have a job waiting for them, I can promise you. Okay, weather is looking beautiful. I was checking it out last night and this morning, and we're looking at a week of temperature getting into the early, 70 degrees maybe today for sure, and it looks like the rest of the week. Okay, right now it's 41 degrees here in Panama City, 41 in Mariana, and 44 down in Apalachicola. High today we'll get 71, low tonight 46, and the water temperature is at 55, but I'm guessing within the next week or so we're going to start seeing it start creeping up. Marine forecast winds from the east at 5 to 10 knots, seas 1 to 2, and a smooth to light chopper on protected waters. And our river readings, taking a look at our river readings, the Apalachicola at Bluntstown continues to drop. Now it's had a sharp drop since last Friday. And usually the fish don't bite when it's dropping that fast, but now it's going to start leveling off. Right now it's reading 9.1, and by Friday we're looking at about 8 foot by Friday. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville, it's had a steady drop. It's reading 6.1 this morning, and by Friday we're looking at about 5 foot. So Choctawhatchee is looking good right there. The low tide in Panama City this morning right now about 5:36, and high tide this afternoon about 6:04. And a 1.2 foot range, good steady range there. St. Joe low tide at 5:41, high tide at 8:37, and a 1.3 range there. And I don't know if you've noticed the moon, but it is looking good. We have a full moon Friday night. Okay, Friday night will be the full moon. All right, that takes care of our weather. Now every Wednesday, we like to call down to Cape San Blas and get a live report from Captain Blair Morgan. Blue Water Bandit Charter is also sponsored by Blue Water Outriggers, Mr. George Duran and his staff down there in St. Joe. Good morning, Blair.
Good morning, Winston. How are you?
Doing well, buddy. What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, we've had some beautiful weather here lately.
That's true.
Fishing-wise, the whiting are biting real good off the beaches. And I've been looking out here in the bay in front of the house, and I just hadn't seen anybody out here fishing at all. But some people have been going up in the canal, St. Joe Canal, up towards the T, the Intercoastal Waterway, and catching some black drum and some redfish, and of course trout. Got to throw them back right now. But they've been having fun catching fish. But the biggest news, I guess, over this way is the big bull reds are around Bird Island over there in Apalachicola Bay, and they're catching them on the bottom with just peeled dead shrimp. They're too big to keep, but they're fun to catch.
Do you think any of those smaller redfish are coming back around on the backside of St. Vincent?
They should be, Winston. I'm sure they are, especially the way this weather is. I mean, they're going to be on the move now. You know, what we say one week, it's going to change from week to week now.
Well, that's true. And we were talking before we got on the air about, and I know you're doing the same thing, it's about time to make sure you check your boat and get your tackle ready.
Yeah, that's actually yesterday I got my bay boat out and I cleaned it up and started checking on everything to make sure everything was working, because so many times, like this weekend, it's going to be a beautiful weekend, and so many times people get excited, they take the boat, they want to go fishing and boating or whatever, and they get to the boat ramp and they have problems. You know, the engine won't start, they got dead batteries, or first one thing, then another. And especially with this ethanol in the gas now, you really need to make sure that your motor's going to be running right.
That's true.
And the repair shops, they get all backed up this time of year because everybody waits for the last minute. So it's a good time of year to be getting everything ready, because fishing just a couple weeks away.
You'll be getting some Spanish in a couple of weeks right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I mean, it's especially, I just watched a 10-day forecast, and it's supposed to be up in the 70s about every day.
I know it. It looks good, don't it?
Yeah, it looks real good.
Okay, buddy. All right, we're going to wrap it up, and thanks for that report.
Okay, Winston.
We'll see you, bud. Captain Blair Morgan out of Cape San Blas. We'll take our first break and be back with our special guest this morning.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed. They build dairy feed. They make chicken feed.
They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at the Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get you, the dog's not running anymore. That's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want over to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy at almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
Sunrise to sunset. A walk through nature takes you on a journey of Florida's Emerald Coast. You'll encounter the wildlife, birds, lighthouses, indigenous to the beautiful land and seascapes of Florida. Set to the sounds of nature and enhanced with easy listening music. Only $14.95 plus $4.95 shipping and handling. NatureWalkDVD.com or send check or money order to the address on the screen. A walk through nature. Visually stunning.
Rainbow Plastics manufactures an assortment of fishing tackle for trolling, casting, and bait fishing. Cast your favorite fly, jig, or live bait like a shot with extreme accuracy with Adjust-A-Bubble floats. Available in a variety of sizes and colors. Fish as a stationary float or use as a slip float to obtain the desired depth. Adjust-A-Bubble float by Rainbow Plastics, made in the USA, putting quality and innovation above all else. Ask for it at your favorite tackle store or buy online at rainbowplastics.com.
If you got any kind of old trailer at the house that needs repair, need to bring it down to AMW. I have a huge supply of trailer and trailer parts, always on hand, anything you need. If you see this label on any boat trailer at any boat landing, you can guarantee yourself that you're looking at a fine quality made trailer. AMW Trailers, right here in the big blue building in beautiful downtown Millville. They've been doing trailers and trailer parts since 1954, 3 generations of the same family. Welcome back. Here with our Students of the Month from Mosley High School Outdoor Education. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
I'm Ashley Welch.
I'm Garrison Rosie.
Okay, they talk a lot in class, but sometimes it's hard to pull it out on TV and all, but we're glad to have them. And when I pick out the students, I was telling Scott Lindsay yesterday, he asked me how I picked them out. I said, basically, I just pick out a couple of good kids who love the outdoors, and it's as simple as that. And Ashley, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, ever since I was a young girl, I was raised up in a country home. I've always learned how to fish and hunt with my dad and my brother. And throughout the years, I've just grown up in a country home, and I've just spent my whole life out there.
Now, you sort of one of my neighbors out there in Southport.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Garrison?
Well, I grew up fishing with my dad and stuff, because it's just what we did when we were growing up. We didn't have really anything else to do and play sports and stuff, but I really started getting into fishing when I got older, and that's pretty much all I do now.
We do it every Monday morning. We do we do a story time and story stick. We talk about our weekends. I try to encourage them to do outdoor stuff on weekends, and that's why we tell the stories and all. And Ashley, you're involved in softball now.
Correct.
And Garrison, every Monday morning, he fishes every weekend. Every weekend he has a fishing story, and it's fascinating to hear his stories. How did your softball team do last night?
We did good. We came back and beat Rutherford 6-5 in the bottom of the 7th. So it was a very big county win for us last night.
And it was like a sacrifice fly or something, or what?
Yeah, it was a sacrifice fly. Jill Johnson hit and sent Emily Grammer home to score the winning run.
Very good. All right, let's look at a couple of pictures right here. Tell us about this one, Ashley.
This was probably when I was about 12 years old or so. This is a pond actually in the pasture behind my house. It's just a little brim that I caught. We have bass and brim all in there and everything. So
backyard pond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We were talking, and your dad's exposed you to all kind of fishing and all. What's it's hard to pick out your favorite, but if you had to pick out a favorite, what would it be?
It would probably be fishing saltwater and for redfish and Spanish mackerel.
Spanish mackerel. How close are we to Spanish mackerel season?
It's right around the corner. It's coming to us.
Your dad's got you all trained. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Garrison, I know you love to bass fish.
Yeah.
You're bass fishing all over the place. Folks, tell us about this one here.
This right here was from this past weekend. We went up, it was up in Deer Point. That morning we ended up going to the river, but the water was coming down real fast, and the water was like way up. It was like almost flooding everywhere. So we caught a couple there, and then we packed up and we went to Deer Point and we caught a few there.
That's a good fisherman now. If your water's too swift and all, just move from a river to a lake. That's good. Look, we're going to take our first break and come back with more pictures and some real important announcements for you, okay?
Come on down to Blue Water Outrigger, where you'll always find friendly service, fresh and saltwater fishing rods, top of the line men's and women's apparel. Don't forget to pick up your live baits and let us help you with all your outdoor needs. Check out our wide selection of top quality reels and hunting necessities, and everything in between. Come see us or order online. We'll be waiting for you right next door to Piggly Wiggly, Port St. Joe.
You know what folks like best about Coram Steak and Eggs? Just about everything. Willie and Linda Coram have been in business a long time. They know how to take care of their customers with great food and great service. Better than being at home. You don't have to do the dishes. It's all good, but be sure to check out the Heavenly Hash. That's what Coram Steak and Eggs is famous for. Coram Steak and Eggs, 804 South Tyndall Parkway. Open 24/7.
Hey everybody, this is Brad Stevens coming to you from Sunjammers Water Sports on Highway 79. You know us for your fishing kayaks and all your sailing needs. What you may not know is that we stock a full line of inshore and offshore tackle, specializing in the Captain Joe fish-on lures. We stock his grouper baits, his SS minnows, his shredders, along with all of your gulp baits, Joe jigs, the edge hook, your U-Pro rods, and live bait. Come see us at Sunjammers Water Sports, 315 North Highway 79.
When you're looking for sales, parts, and service for your outboard, all in one location, you're looking for BJ's Marine. You're authorized Tohatsu and Nissan dealer. BJ's Marine does it all. They have outboard parts and a service center and used motor sales too. Tohatsu, reliable, dependable, fuel efficient, and lightweight. Tohatsu Outboards, technology for the next generation. BJ's Marine, 1317 Transmitter Road since 1991.
Okay, welcome back, folks. Sitting here with Ashton Garrison, two of my seniors at Mosley, and we're talking about several things they're going to do later. But first, we've got a couple of announcements from FWC, and I'm going to let Garrison. We have three announcements, so each one of us will do one. So, Garrison, tell us your announcement.
The Okaloosa County Hunter Safety Course will start February 21st and run all the way to the 24th from 6 to 9 p.m. And that's like the classroom portion, and then they'll have the range will be February 26th from 8 to 11 a.m.
And you've done yours, so you have the hunter safety course. Okay, Ashley?
There also is another hunter safety course in Holmes County on February 25th and 26th at the First Baptist Church in Bonifay. Friday session is from 6 to 10 p.m. and Saturday's class is from 8 a.m. until noon. You also must have the internet course taken care of before you can take this. Okay,
very good. And you have yours, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, my announcement is on the spring gobbler season is right around the corner. Two new rules, and one of them, it restricts it to guns, to shotguns and muzzle-loading shotguns. You can't use pistols or anything else like you could in the past. And also allows bows and crossbows, of course. And the second rule, they're going to do the youth hunt. First time they've had a 2-day youth hunt. It'll be the weekend before it starts. In this area, it'll be March the 12th and 13th for 16 and under, or if you're under 16 is how that reads. You can go on a hunt. If you're going with them as an adult and you're going to call and participate, you need to have a license, okay? So that's something good coming up. This is on private land only, and they're going to be meeting next week, as a matter of fact, and they're going to set up next year for wildlife management area too, okay? And speaking of hunting, we got a picture here. Ashley, you also enjoyed the big hunts, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we didn't have it on. Garrison, let's do yours first. We got your picture first. Tell us about these bass here, where they came from.
This right here was about a couple months back when the weather was warmer. We were up in the Dead Lakes, up in Weewaw, and these right here are just a couple of the fish that we caught that day.
What are some of your favorite baits, Garrison? Or is that what famous secret?
I just normally fish with plastic worms or jigs and spinner baits and crankbaits and stuff like that.
You narrowed it down for us. That's good.
Yeah, I just can't give you everything.
Okay, Ashley, here's a hunt picture that you brought this morning.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about this.
I actually shot this deer last year at our hunting lease up in Alabama. It was my very first deer that I killed. I killed it with a .243 rifle, and so it was a clean shot right through her shoulder. So it was really good.
243.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, let's talk about y'all's future plans. I was talking to Garrison about this last week when we talked about coming on the show, and his was simple. He wants to be a professional fisherman.
Yeah, that'd be the dream.
So that's what he's going to try to get into.
It'd be nice.
Well, Ashley, what about you?
After high school, depending on the softball scholarship, probably going to stay here for a while, and then I want to be a pediatric oncology nurse. So
Help young kids.
Young kids with cancer. So
That's a very admirable goal. I forgot to mention also, Garrison, your grandmother. We're talking about how fishing runs in your blood. Tell the folks what family your grandmother.
My grandmother, she was a Raffield, and
so
I guess it's just
it's in the blood. I think when the Raffields came down in the late 1800s, I think generation after generation have been fishermen in the Raffields family. So I thought that was interesting. Ashley, what position you play in softball?
I play center field.
Center field. So you got to be pretty fast, huh?
Oh yeah, you have to be all over the field.
And yesterday at the plate? How'd you go?
I did good yesterday. I was 3 for 4 yesterday, and the day before I was 2 for 4.
So that's 5 for 8. That's pretty good. That's about over 500. Okay. Well, tell us about what kind of boat you have, Garrison.
Well, right now, I have a 16-foot Procraft, but I actually blew the motor up on it. So right now, I fish with my brother-in-law, and he's got a 17-foot G3 boat.
You know, that's the best kind to have. A good friend or brother-in-law that has a boat.
I know. Found the right one, I guess.
All right. Tell us about this picture here, Ashley.
This is a picture of me and my dad. Actually, this was when I got my very first gun, which was a .22. This is in Louisiana. We have a hunting camp in Louisiana on my mom's side of the family, and we went and we were shooting squirrels, stuff like that. So.
Shooting squirrels, that's a great way to start. Garrison, tell us about this. One more picture of some of your bass.
This one right here is another picture of bass out in Deer Point that I caught a couple months back. And I think I actually caught that one right there on a spinnerbait, I believe. Spinnerbait.
And a lot of times, you know, you try to, I know sometimes you come in and tell your Monday morning story, you can't find anybody to go with you, so you go by yourself, right?
Yeah, more peaceful. I like going by myself sometimes. And
you don't have anybody to argue with.
Yeah.
I mean, you put your boat where you want to, right?
Yeah, no one back there complaining.
And do you seriously, we talked about do you fish these Tuesday night tournaments and all?
Yeah, and I fish the Saturday Deer Point Team Trail tournaments.
Yeah. Have you gotten into saltwater fishing yet?
I do saltwater fishing every now and then. Like years back, that's like all I ever used to do. And then all of a sudden I just started wanting to bass fish.
Fell in love with bass fishing. I was just reading, I was telling before we came on the air, I just read where two guys vacationing down from Tennessee caught a 14.2 pound bass in Lake Kissimmee. And they caught it and released it. I'll bring you a picture of that tomorrow. And also I'll have a picture tomorrow of a state record, an Alabama state record that was caught in Choctaw River of a chinkapin brim. And Scott's going to do an article on it in the morning. I'm going to show the picture on it too. So be sure you watch that tomorrow. Okay, we're going to take our final break and be back with a lot more information for you.
So Bob, how was your weekend?
It was grand.
The new Grand L40 tractor from Kubota. Life is grand.
See the new Kubota tractors at Soul Tractor today.
Did you know ethanol-enhanced fuel can damage your outboard and inboard engines plus reduce mileage? Here at Pier 98, we have non-ethanol fuel by land or sea with dockside parking for boats up to 50 feet. Pier 98 also is your one-stop convenience store with full deli and all your fishing and boating needs, including bait and tackle. Our live bait includes shrimp, bull minnows, and chauffeurs. Pier 98 is on Tyndall Parkway, 1 mile before DuPont Bridge, and open at 4 a.m. We are family-owned and operated and here to serve you.
When you think of a successful hunting season, two things come to mind: Browning and C&G Sporting Goods. Browning is the best there is, and C&G Sporting Goods is your factory direct, full-line Browning dealer. C&G stocks Browning guns, camo, knives, scopes, gun safes, bows, and much more, including hunting and fishing license. Look over the new Browning BAR camo short track and X-Bolt rifles. Why pay good money for anything less than a Browning? Browning and C&G, the best there is. Home of the experts.
My name's Captain Rick Corley. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAM certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your business.
Welcome back. So there are two of my students, Ashley and Garrison, and they're having big plans in their life. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But let's look at our Express Lane fishing game forecast. Our time for today, Ashley, today is the 16th of February.
The good fishing times at 10:22 a.m. to 12:22 p.m. and then also at 10:50 p.m. to 12:50 a.m.
Okay. Let me mention also next week. The FWC will be having their regional meeting, their state meetings. They go to different regions. But next week now, it's going to be in Apalachicola down at the courthouse. And this will be the big one where they're going to be talking about the redfish. You know, they're trying to increase the limit to 2. And I've got, a lot of times I have to read in between the lines on their proposals and all. And it looks like they're going to make a ruling on that this coming week. And I'm going to have Stan coming on next Tuesday morning and talking about it. But if you want to attend those meetings, they're open to the public. I believe it's going to be like Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, and it'll be some good information. And I'll pass it on more to you when I find out more. But that's going to be here in Apalachicola next week, so be aware of that. Okay. Now, show us I'm going to show you one more picture. Tell us about. First of all, let me ask you, what kind of boat you say y'all had?
We have a 17-foot Key Largo. We have a little bay boat.
So your family can go out in it and all and have a good time. And Garrison, you told us about yours and all. Okay, show this picture here. What do you have right here?
This is actually a 22-inch Spanish mackerel.
Ooh, that's a big one.
We actually caught this out at Crooked Island over by Tyndall Air Force Base. This was actually this past summer. Me, my dad, and my boyfriend went out there and we caught this fish. And
went out trolling, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now we talk a lot about a lot of us don't have boats and don't have opportunity to get out in the woods and hunt and all that. I know some of y'all just don't have those opportunities. But here's something that every one of our viewers can do, and that's this weekend, and you can participate in the Great American Backyard Bird Count. Check this out. This is 14th annual, the Great Backyard Bird Count, and this really helps. They're doing this nationwide, and it's February the 18th through 21st, which is this weekend. And you see the right here is the email address, www.birdcount.org. And what they're doing, you don't have to take about 15 minutes and just sort of count the birds in the backyard and just email it to them, and they're going to compile all the information and try to get keep a good handle on bird populations across the United States, from the southeast region and northwest region, just all across it. So the Great American Bird Count. So you get a chance to do that in your backyard this weekend. I don't know about y'all, but I love to see the birds around my feeder and all. Okay? And also tomorrow now, special guest will be Jamie Wilkerson. He's formerly of ESPN Outdoors. He's just moved here recently and working at a News Herald. He has some great ideas on the News Herald. Maybe coming up with some really good outdoor stuff. So, and we're going to talk about his background working. He was really one of the big dogs in these ESPN Outdoor shows. So, special guest tomorrow will be Jamie Wilkerson. Okay, got a couple minutes left. I gave y'all the opportunity to sing the alma mater, and y'all declined. But tell us, what's the rest of your softball schedule looking like?
It looks pretty good. We have another county game actually on Friday against Arnold, so
Okay.
we will have played all our county teams this week. And then next Tuesday we have our big rival Niceville in our district. We were ahead actually in the preseason classic with 2-1 against Niceville, and then we got rain delay in the third, and then we quit. So hopefully we can beat them this year.
You know, I know a lot. I know most of the softball girls, and a lot of those girls are outdoor girls too, aren't they? It sort of
yeah.
It goes hand in hand. They all like to fish and hunt too.
Oh yeah.
Garrison, where are you fishing this weekend?
Probably go maybe to the river, or probably just go to Deer Point, or go up Sunny Hill somewhere.
Okay, have all your favorite all your places. What would be your favorite place to go?
The river in Weewalt.
The river in Weewalt. Okay. Now, didn't you get? We were joking about this in class. You hurt your leg fishing or something. Remember?
Yeah, I was when I was setting the hook on a fish, I popped my knee out of place.
We're talking about athletic injuries with our teenagers getting hurt in football and basketball and softball, but we don't usually get my students getting hurt fishing, and we had a good kick out of that. It just popped out of place when you jerked back too hard.
Yeah.
But it's okay now?
Yeah. Okay. Now it is.
Okay. What are some good things y'all plan to do with your life and all? I know, you probably, first of all, where do y'all want to settle down once you become grown and settle down? Where do you want to come back?
I actually want to come back here to Panama City and settle down.
You like this area, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. Garrison?
The same here.
We can't get rid of y'all, can we? Okay. What you're gonna be working with young people and all. Garrison, what are some good things you want to do later on?
Probably just like give back to the community and do like charity events and like take kids that don't have are less privileged to go fishing, take them fishing and stuff like that.
We talk about that a lot in class, and what we try to do, especially, and we're about to run out of time, but even some of your classmates and all don't have an opportunity to go, so maybe we'll get some of them going pretty soon. And you too, Ashley. Thank you all for getting up this early.
Thanks for having us.
You're not going to fall asleep in class, are you?
Probably.
Folks, we got to get out of here. Thank you all for watching. Remember, tomorrow I'll be watching a special guest, and make the outdoors part of your world and do something good for somebody today, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.